if people are not replying to the messages that you are sending them on Facebook when they inquire about your products and services, here is a very quick little lesson that will hopefully help you. So I'm sharing this quickly today because one of my friends who also owns a marketing agency actually just sent me a message and was like, Carissa, one of my clients is like, who's in the health and beauty space, I'm running some really great ads for them, but people aren't replying to the messages that he or she is sending them. Here's an example. He sent me a screenshot and was like, can I ask, like, what would you do to improve this? And so I was like, yeah, man, I can see instantly from looking at that, like, what's been doing wrong. And then I replied to him and I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'll just turn this into a video for today because I think it will be really helpful for some people. So mini lesson in sales conversations for you. What's happened here is somebody has, a fitness company has an ad running. The person has messaged the page saying, I'm looking to get back into shape. Now, here's where the business went wrong. I'm not going to read out like the entire thing, but to start with, they said, okay, great. What programs or diets have you tried in the past? And then they went on to say a bunch of other stuff. And then that person is just like not replying at all. They just ghosted, they went cold. And so they're like, why aren't people replying to us? And here's exactly what I said back. He was like, why aren't people replying to this? I'm like, okay, so first thing is, try introducing yourself. It's so simple, but like, look, if you were to meet someone in person, if someone actually walked into your shop and said, I'm looking to get back into shape, you'd probably be like, oh, hi, cool, what's your name? I'm Carissa, blah, 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 blah. Maybe you wouldn't, but most people probably would. So first step is try introducing yourself. If you can introduce yourself even by name, like, oh, hi, whatever their name is. Hi, Amy. That's awesome. I'd love to help you. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, what you've been through, what you're going through, what you want? My name's Carissa. Nice to meet you. So sometimes even on in Facebook conversations, you can send a little voice message, which sounds so much more friendly than typing, especially if you're just, it's just personal and they're going to like you a little bit more. And it also creates a little bit of curiosity when people see that voice message thing pop up. They're like, oh, I don't know what they said. I'll have to actually listen to it. And then they like you a little bit more if you sound like a nice person. So yeah, like introduce yourself, say hi, be friendly, send a voice message. You could even send them a selfie. If they send you a selfie, you can send them a selfie back. One of my clients did that recently and I thought it was really cool. And also, here's the second lesson. Don't assume that she actually has done any diets or fitness programs in the past. By asking that specific question, that's a very closed question. She might not have an answer to that because maybe she's now thinking, oh, well, I actually haven't done any fitness programs or diets in the past. So if they've asked me what fitness programs or diets in the past and I say none, then I'm going to feel bad about myself, maybe, or they'll judge me. I don't know. So I'll just like not say anything. Does that make sense? So that's one of the reasons why people could ghost it. We don't know. There's so many different reasons, but I wouldn't assume that she'd done any diets or programs in the past because that might be a dead end question. What you want to do instead is ask open questions that allow them to tell you about themselves. So, I just said, maybe she wants to get back into shape because maybe she's had a baby recently. Maybe she's had a kid like a year ago and she's just been so fucking tired. She hasn't been able to do any exercise and she hasn't been thinking about what she's been putting in her mouth. I know that because that's been my life a little bit recently. Or maybe she's been depressed because of like COVID and isolation and stuff and she just has been like emotionally eating and now she's like, you know what, no, I've had enough of that, I want to get back into shape. You're not going to know unless you actually ask them to tell you about themselves rather than assuming or directing the conversation too much, I think. So that's what I said back to him. I was like, you need to ask open questions and you need to be curious about people and you need to be like a kind, friendly, helpful human rather than just trying to get them to buy something. So if you learned anything from this video, if that was helpful, let me know. Obviously, if you want to learn more, if you want scripts, if you want to know how to do this, reach out. I have programs that are available to teach you how to do this better. Because once you can do this better, you're going to convert a lot more inquiries into actual paying customers. So it's a really good investment of your energy and time to improve your sales skills. All right, have a great day. See ya.